Joey Freeman,
Anthony Galassi,
Julia John,
Sally Westcott,
Stuart Reeder,
Olivia Philbrand,
Sharyar Abbasi,
Louis Fu.
I was born in France, raised in Canada. Ohio is really where I grew up.
Riverside, California.
Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
My name is Robert Reich. I'm a professor at the Goldman School of Public Policy here at UCal Berkeley.
ASUC External Affairs Vice President.
Math and Physics here at Berkeley.
Political economy with a minor in Chinese.
Molecular and cell biology and bioengineering.
anthropology major with a minor in Spanish.
Public health major studying immunology.
I'm majoring in physics. You put money in education, you create a mind. You create people who are going to invent new things, and all sorts of stuff are going to contribute to societies in new and innovative ways. It's really the only way that we're going to get out of this economic crisis and really create a great future for all generations.
The average level of education in your country or your society is the best measurement of your affluence.
We live in a democracy, so it's essential that we have an informed public. That's what the founders started with the common school movement. That's what led to the high school movement, and that's what led to the push for higher education. I guess if we didn't have the right to vote, then there would be no reason to be educated.
In principle, guarantee those people education and an ability to go out and use their talents to better this country. Less of an influx of talent, you have less of an ability to compete with upcoming countries like China and India, and we all suffer because of it.
Without education, there's no future, and instead people go to jail. That's just the basic idea, that they're sending people to jail instead of sending them to school, which makes no sense.
It's not fair just because someone was born into a well-off family that they have access to a better education.
It is the one investment the legislators and that citizens of the United States can make that will provide the most lucrative revenue stream, not in terms of just money, but in terms of leadership.
You know, always grew up in a public school, and it's always had this spirit of, you know, being able to speak what you feel. Public school, that's its foundation. It's not like giving you the gift of speaking. That's the point.
Because not only does it breed the leaders of the future, but it also is really important for the here and now. If people are not educated, they're not going to make the best decisions, and that's going to make an impact in the short term and in the long term.
One of the best things that we should all be proud of, the fact that we're a public institution, means that we have a mandate to serve the public. And it's also the responsibility of our government to make sure that we have an education that is deserving of the public.
In a society that depends ever more on high technology, globalization, and thinking skills, young people ought to be able to make the most of their God-given abilities. Higher education is not just a private good, it's also a public good. If we don't have a large portion of our population able to identify and solve problems, able to think through complex issues, then we are not going to be a successful economy.
But don't cut education, because education is the beating heart of the American economy.
Not just higher education, all levels of education, because you're just going to end up with a whole generation of kids who's undereducated and doesn't appreciate learning for just having fun learning stuff. I would ask them if they went to college. Without it, where would you be? Where would we be without this university? I mean, honestly, think about your life. Think about what your life would be right now without going to school, and how do you validate taking that away from everyone else? I really don't understand.
Students know that we need to come up with a concrete solution and just stop complaining. So I'm asking you as our leaders, our politicians, legislators, to listen to us, to follow our lead.
You must, for the sake of the society, the state, you've got to prioritize education over everything else. Public education is the key to the future of this country and the state of California. Otherwise, we just simply are wasting resources in our society, the most precious resource, which is our human capital, and we are not giving people truly equal opportunity to make the most of themselves.